said she hates Warlock, so I wouldn't be surprised if she does ban Warlock, as we are now going into
Well,
game one.
I tell you what, the least competitive deck there is the Shaman, so I made it intentionally terrible. So it is the least competitive deck there, but I mean this Mage deck's okay. And if she gets the tempo, she should be able to be all right versus the Hunter. You know, this is basically a tempo Mage version that goes up to a Yogg-Saron. It's not quite the multitude of spells Mage that you sometimes get that just basically has about 20 spells and then Yogg-Saron. This is a little bit more of that tempo version, and it should be okay if she gets the good start. No Mana Worm though, so definitely not off to the start she may have wanted.
And no Novice Engineer either, but
hey.
does have a Flame Waker along with Arcane Missiles, which is a fantastic combo just to completely clear board and put your opponent on tilt well and truly. But looks like Eden has gone with that Hunter once more, which we've already seen is more of a sort of mid-range Hunter rather than that face Hunter, but looks like he's going to opt for the King's Elec, which I believe is the first play he did last game as well.
So what Tabitha can do here is wait. I mean, this is what tempo mages can usually do. Wait until you have that Flame Worker and then get a couple of spells out and try and attempt to clear board that way. She can go for what is essentially a 50-50 in this sense to take out the King's Elec. Oh, and it does manage to clear board. So that would be feeling pretty decent for Tabitha from this point onwards.
Because she had the ping as well, I think it was a safe play.
Yeah.
Keep one of them for the Flame Waker next turn, but this Hunter hand is looking pretty scary, especially he can just play the Grub now on turn 3. And then he's got things to follow up. I mean, the Harrison Jones obviously won't come into play. We saw him not use it last game and just decided to go face anyway and put as much damage in as possible. And he's also got that Call of the Wild there, one of the strongest cards that I thought was added.
I think it's the only card that's kept Hunter competitive in this meta. And you can see this is one of the most feared tempo Mage turns, but unless she's incredibly lucky, she won't be able to take out that Currying Grub just yet. No. Does reduce the efficacy of the Houndmaster, however.
Unfortunately, though, there is a really interesting play here. You could just go for a coin into the Stampeding Kodo, immediately eliminates that Flame Waker, and that is just going to ruin Tabitha's day, quite frankly. And that is a hefty board as well to have to deal with. You've got the Kodo and that Grub, and Houndmaster not actually going to be in hand just yet, but I'm curious to see what Tabitha does here, whether she tries to wrestle back board control or whether just opts to kind of Kabbalist tone and just kind of pass this turn.
I'd just play the Ethereal Conjurer. You know, unless there's a kill command or quick shot in hand, it has to be dealt with, and it will take at least one minion with it. And she chooses to do so. We can't see the cards that she's got, but I'm sure she'll choose something excellent.
Yeah, we'll be able to find out what she does pick in the end. And then turn 6, I mean, I'm hoping for her that she gets a 3-mana spell.
Oh, she did.
Because then you've got a turn, yeah, so you've got, there's an available turn 6 there as well. But
there's no easy way to deal with this Ethereal Conjurer in hand. Like, if you had a kill command or quick shot, you could probably just blow that and then keep your minion board alive. This way, she has to at least either go for Huffer or trade in the Stampeding Kodo, which means that she is getting some form of board control back. Goes for the card draw, another card of the Call of the Wild.
I think, yeah, Animal Companion.
Oh, and Leok's also
yeah.
good, yes.
There it is. Yeah. I've got to say, when I'm playing Hunter, Animal Companion just always gives me the wrong one, but whenever I'm spectating, it's always just the perfect one. When there's a few minions, it's always Leok, and when there isn't, it's always Huffer.
So she's got another choice here. I mean, she could just Spell Slinger into effigy. Obviously, you are giving your opponent a spell, which is always risque.
I'd just Fireball and ping, to be honest.
Fireball starting to damage face?
No, Fireball the Kodo, ping off the 1-1. It reduces threat on board, and then also, you've only got that Leok to deal with. I think you can Fireball Leok as well, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess she's just trying to get rid of as much damage as possible on that board. And you are worried about that. Your life total is starting to be chipped away by this Hunter, but with the Kabbalist's Tome, she might find spells like Ice Block, like Ice Barrier, which might help her.
She's on more of a timer versus the Hunter than you would be versus some other decks. Just because of the Hunter hero power, generally how aggressive Hunters can be. So she looks like she's trying to just attempt to buy time, and then once you get towards that Yogg-Saron deck, Yogg-Saron turn, it can just swing things around pretty incredibly. Flame Strike's pretty nice though, because next turn she could ping off the Stampeding Kodo, it gets rid of Harrison Jones.
So I guess if she kind of played a 5-mana card and pinged the Kodo and set up for the Flame Strike next turn, I think that's a pretty solid play.
It could work as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think that kind of sets you up for future turns for sure, but looking like going for another Conjurer here, searching for more spells. and it's going to play that one in the end. And obviously the ping still available off the back of that 5-mana card. So I'm curious to see what she gets here.
You're going to be wanting to find things like Ice Block, like Blizzard, any kind of delay effects, because like Keenan said, you want a kind of a timer. And she does ping the Kodo, so she is setting up for that Flame Strike. The Infested Wolf would obviously provide 2 1/1s, even if it was Flame Strike. But Eden won't know that the Flame Strike's necessarily there, although the ping on the 3/5 may suggest that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Call of the Wild is that it's very vulnerable to Flame Strike. So if Tabitha is keeping that in her mind, she holds the Flame Strike until she sees Call of the Wild. You don't want it to be that late, essentially, you know.
Yeah, nice little play coming out from Eden there. Does give his Toad charge so we can get the free clear, but it does mean that this board is very flame strikeable. However, the charge survives.
The charge will survive in
she's
Call of
dead
the Wild. So
she's dead next turn.
Yeah, she will die next turn with that. And I mean, that's the power of Call of the Wild, right? And that's why this Tundra Rhino is such a great inclusion into this mid-range hunter deck, because it can just do this.
The BM.
As he drops the well played, he runs the final damage to take game 1.
Absolutely no mercy right there from Eden.
Yeah, no mercy whatsoever. Drops the BM just to start the series off right, and he kind of says, okay, Tabitha, I'm taking you to a series right now. So Eden now 1-0 up. However,